This is KCTV English News. I'm Nick Brontes. The Justice Ministry's Jeju Immigration Office has ordered 5 of the 56 Yemenis who were denied all types of stay permits here to leave the country. These are the first orders of their kind for the Yemenis. The Immigration Office says it cannot say why it issued them because of privacy issues. The 5 must leave the country within 1 month. If not, they will be forcefully deported. Officials are again reviewing the proposed construction of an overpass at the entrance to Jeju International Airport. Jeju City is in talks with the Transport Ministry about building a 415-meter overpass that connects Haetae Hill and the airport. Proponents say it would alleviate traffic congestion in the area. The Jeju Regional Aviation Administration has other ideas. It prefers the construction of an east-west tunnel rather than a north-south overpass. Officials are now looking in detail at the proposals. Jeju City plans to release the final plan for the project next month after the Transport Ministry approves any changes to it. Researchers say about 20% of local high school students have or have had part-time jobs. The Provincial Education Office surveyed 12,700 high school students for 10 days, beginning November 20th. 51% of students enrolled at vocational high schools said they had work experience. That's significantly more than students at standard high schools. 81% of the students with work experience reported they took the jobs to earn personal spending money. Most of them worked in restaurants, either serving food or cleaning. 61% reported working an average of 5 or more hours per day. Smokers who light up around kindergartens and daycare centers will soon face fines. Health officials say a revision to the National Health Promotion Law bans smoking within 10 meters of kindergartens and daycares. The change goes into effect Monday. Violators caught through the end of March will be warned. Beginning in April, they will be fined 100,000 won. Before the legal change, it was illegal to smoke only inside kindergartens and daycare centers. Winter vacation has begun at some of the island's elementary, middle, and high schools. Among elementary schools, Oda Elementary was the first to start break on Christmas Eve. On average, the island's youngest students get 27 days off. Middle schoolers are getting an average of 44 days of winter vacation, which began at Ewol Middle School and 3 others on the 28th. High school students are getting an average of 32 days of break. Asbestos removal work is scheduled at some elementary schools during the winter vacation. It's time again for Film Focus. Here's Mike Laidman with what's new in local theaters.
In our continued quest to catch up on all that is happening in the world of cinema, we bring you, somewhat belated, yes, both Aquaman and The Grinch. And somewhat of a surprise is looking at Aquaman, but actually only one to see. You had to choose just one. Now, we luckily don't live in such a world, and I'm just going to recommend seeing both. Why? Well, because it's nice to see the DC Universe getting some love, and because what would the holidays be without a little love from The Grinch? Onwards now to the open sea and to Whoville. Welcome to another edition of Film Focus. I'm Mike Laidman.
My father was a lighthouse keeper.
Aquaman stars Jason Momoa in the title role and reveals the origin story of half-human, half-Atlantean Arthur Curry. It takes him on the journey of his lifetime, one that will not only force him to face who he really is, but to discover if he is worthy of who he was born to be, a king. It's a little strange to see an origin story for a character who has already featured fairly heavily in 2 movies, but such is the way things have gone for DC. Luckily, the studio has learned, and Aquaman doesn't take itself too seriously, but instead features an interesting, if sometimes completely ludicrous story, great visuals, fun acting, and overall, a well-earned sense of adventure. So, can it really be called a good movie? Not really, it's not going to win any awards, but the overarching fun, engrossing visuals, and lighter tone make it eminently watchable, and a pretty darn good time. Most everyone knows The Grinch, it seems. Many are familiar with the book by Dr. Seuss, and then others from Jim Carrey's take on it over 15 years ago. Now we've got The Grinch 2018. Can it live up to its legacy? Each year at Christmas, the Who's of Whoville disrupt his tranquil solitude with their increasingly bigger, brighter, and louder celebrations. And now the Grinch realizes there is only one way for him to gain some peace and quiet. He must steal Christmas. Benedict Cumberbatch stars as the Grinch, and it's always fun to have an excellent voice actor in such an evil role. But is enough done with it here? Well, if you know the story of the Grinch, then you know the story here. Sure, it's got a fresh coat of paint, some added small plot twists, and definitely feels like a more modern take on the tale, but it's not going to blow your Grinchy socks off. So would I still see it? Well, of course. I'm a sucker for fun animated movies after all, and that's exactly what this is. Fun.
The Grinch.
Ring in the new year and catch the first rays of 2019 at the Seongsan Sunrise Festival. The wind will die down a little by Saturday afternoon when there's a 60% chance of a bit more snow. For the details, here's your forecast. The low in Jeju City will be 2 and the afternoon high 5 degrees. In Seogwipo, temperatures will fall between 2 and 6. In Seongsan, the low before lunch will be 1 and the high later on 4 degrees. Across the island in Gosan, temperatures will range from 2 to 5. And the morning low up on the mountain at Songpanak will be -5. And the afternoon high, -3 degrees. Out on the water, winds will be out of the northwest and north at 10 to 16 meters per second, and seas will be between 2 and 4 meters. Here's a look ahead into next week. That brings us to the end of today's newscast. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll tune in next time. Until then, don't forget to find us on YouTube by searching for KCTV E-News Jeju. 시청자 여러분, 고맙습니다.